You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Alex Manners, and welcome to my live Solihull Radio Children's Show on this wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. Well, let me tell you, because I have got loads and loads of wonderful, wonderful things coming up to you right here on my show until 10 a.m. this morning, where I will be playing you lots and lots of fantastic songs to get you moving and grooving and bopping and jiving for the rest of your weekend and the rest of your Sunday morning. I've also got some stories to read for you, some excerpts of some old classic children's shows that I know you will all love, and Rainbow Man today will be going on another wonderful, wonderful adventure, but more of that coming up later on in my show. Well, if you have any birthday messages that you would like me to read out on my show that you would like to send in, then you can text in your birthday messages on 075 64 30 30 64. Or alternatively, you can email me those birthday messages to studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I would love to read out your birthday messages. And whoever's birthday it is today, then have a happy, happy birthday and a wonderful, wonderful day. Well, here are the two theme songs for those shows that I'm going to be playing you excerpts of a little bit later. And the shows are called Camberwick Green and Underground Ernie. So see if any of you, boys and girls, or mums and dads, or grandmas and grandpas, remember these theme songs for Camberwick Green and Underground Ernie. Here we go.
Here is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what is in it today? It's Mr. Dagenham the salesman. Hello, Mr. Dagenham.
Underground Ernie, we know we're gonna get there early, without a worry or a care.
Really? I'm proud to be of service. Now mind you, don't be nervous. Victoria and Bacon,
Hammersmith and City too,
with Jubilee and Circle Line, your travel plans will all work out just fine.
just as Ernie,
Underground Ernie.
just as Ernie,
Underground Ernie.
the importance of, the importance of.
Big Ernie.
They were Camberwick Green and Underground Ernie. But before I read you the first story of today's show, here is one of my favourite songs to get you all moving and grooving. So, boys and girls, get up on your feet and start dancing to the Tweenies and Number One. That's right, Tweenies and Number One.
Calling ground control. I need clearance for takeoff for the maiden voyage of the Starship Tweenies. Destination, space. Mission, to party. Astronauts on this mission.
Molo! Fizz! Jake! Bella!
And your captain for this mission, Doodles.
Yeah, let's fly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take off!
Check the microphone, say it again and let it roll. Hey everybody, lift it up. It feels so good to be on top. Wave your hands up in the air, wave them like you just don't care. All part of this groove, no stopping us. We gotta move.
Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock, gonna shake, gonna rock, rock, rock.
Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda jumping. We're ruling, you're grooving, grabbing number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda rocking. We're grooving, you're ruling, you're our number one. Hey, you rewind the beat. So get up that seat. North to south, from east to west. Thanks for shouting who's the best. Now it makes a lot of sense. There's no need to show defense. We'll be here until the end. On that cheap and all.
Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock ya, gonna shake ya. Gonna rock, gonna shake, gonna rock, rock, rock.
Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda jumping. We're ruling, you're grooving, grabbing number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda rocking. We're grooving, you're ruling, you're our number one. North side, east side, west side, yeah, yeah. South side, east side, west side, yeah, yeah. Party, come on and party. Come on and party. Party. Come on and party. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda jumping. We're ruling, you're grooving, grabbing number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda rocking. We're grooving, you're ruling, you're our number one. Grabbing number one. You're our number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda jumping. We're ruling, you're grooving, grabbing number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda rocking. We're grooving, you're ruling, you're our number one. Look out, we're coming. This place is kinda rocking. We're grooving, you're ruling, you're our number one.
That was the Tweenies with their song Number One with our best friends Bella, Milo, Fizz, Jake, and their red and yellow dog Doodles. And I hope you really, really enjoyed that song. But now it's time for me to read you that first story. And the story I'm going to read for you today is called Black Dog. And it's written by Levi Pinfold. So here is Black Dog by Levi Pinfold. I hope you all enjoy listening to this story and are all sitting nice and warm and comfortable. One day, a black dog came to visit the Hope family. Mr. Hope was the first to see it. "My goodness," he cried, dropping his toast. He didn't waste any time in phoning the police. "There's a black dog the size of a tiger outside my house," he told the policeman. The policeman laughed. "What should I do?" asked Mr. Hope. "Don't go outside," said the policeman, and put down the phone. Mrs. Hope was next to get up. "My goodness," she cried, dropping her mug of tea. She didn't waste any time in calling for Mr. Hope. "Did you know there's a black dog the size of an elephant outside?" she yelled. Yes, said Mr. Hope. What should we do? Asked Mrs. Hope. Turn out the lights so it doesn't know we're here. Adeline Hope was next to get up. My goodness, she cried, dropping her toothbrush. She didn't waste any time in calling for her parents. Did you know there's a black dog the size of a Tyrannosaurus Rex outside? Yes, said Mr. and Mrs. Hope together. What should we do? Asked Adeline. Close the curtains so it can't see us. Maurice Hope was next to get up. My goodness, he cried, dropping his teddy. He didn't waste any time in calling for the family. Did you know there's a black dog the size of a big Jeffy outside? What's a big Jeffy? Asked Adeline Hope. Never mind that. What should we do? Demanded Maurice Hope. Hide under the covers, they wailed. It was then that the youngest member of the Hope family, called Small for short, noticed that there was something going on. What are you lot doing under there? We're hiding from the black dog, they whispered. Oh, you are such sillies, said Small, opening the front door. Don't go out there, gasped the family. The hound will eat you up. It'll munch your head. It'll crunch your bones. But Small had gone anyway. Outside, the black dog leaned down towards her and breathed. Crikey, you are big, said Small. What are you doing here, you guffin? The black dog snuffed at her. All right then, she said. If you're going to eat me, you'll have to catch me first. And with that, she scurried into the lowering trees. As she ran, she made up a song. You can't follow where I go unless you shrink, or, don't you know, the black dog followed. As Small hurried towards the frozen pond, under the little bridge and over the ice, she sang. You've got fat legs, ice is thin. Lose some weight, or you'll fall in. And the black dog followed. Next, she scuttered through the playground, down the slide, and round the roundabout, singing, You've a big tum, I'm all slim. You'll fit through if you're more trim. And still the black dog followed. Finally, Small had run all the way back to the house. You'll find out why they all hide if you follow me inside. And with that, Small tumbled into her warm home through the cat flap. She really was that small. And so, by now, was the black dog. Inside, Small grabbed a washing basket, and, as the black dog scrabbled in behind her, she covered him with a loud "Ha!" Just then, the rest of the Hope family popped up from behind their barricade. You haven't been munched, cried Mrs. Hope. You haven't been crunched, cheered Mr. Hope. You haven't been eaten, yelled Maurice, missing the poetic opportunity. But where's the black dog? Asked Adeline. Without a word, Small lifted the basket. The rest of the Hope family were extremely pleased to see that the black dog was neither so huge nor so scary as they had feared. He doesn't seem fierce at all now. I really look at him, said Mr. Hope. The rest of the family agreed. We were silly, said Adeline. Only Small knew that what the right thing to do was. Everyone was quiet for a while, thinking how brave Small had been. You've got a lot of courage, facing up to a big, fearsome thing like that, said Mrs. Hope. There was nothing to be scared of, you know, replied Small Hope, as she went to sit by the fire. And the black dog followed. And that story was called Black Dog by Levi Pinfold. I hope you all enjoyed it. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. And here's the first Disney song of my show today, and it's Tangled, I See the Light. Here we go.
All those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just
suddenly I see, standing here, it's all so clear. I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you.
I have something for you, too. I should have given it to you before, but I was just scared. And the thing is, I'm not scared anymore. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to.
All those days chasing down a daydream, all those years living in a blur, all that time never truly seeing things the way they were. Now she's here, shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's here, it's crystal clear, I'm where I'm meant to go. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog is lifted. And at last I see the light,
And it's like the sky is new.
and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
And don't forget, boys and girls, if you'd like to read a story for me to play on one of my shows, just like the story I read for you then, called Black Dog, then you can record yourselves reading some of your favourite stories and email the recordings into me here on studio@solihullradio.com. That's emailing in the recording of you reading some of your favourite stories to studio@solihullradio.com. And it's time now for me to play the first of those excerpts, and this one is called Underground Ernie, where Underground Ernie and all his train-tastic friends will be riding on the London Underground, the underground network of trains in our capital city. And this excerpt of Underground Ernie is called Pop Decoy. So here we go with Underground Ernie and Pop Decoy.
We know we're gonna get there early, without a worry or a care. Really, I'm proud to be of service. Now mind the gap and don't be nervous. Victoria and Bacon, Hammersmith and City too. With Jubilee and Circle Line, your travel plans will all work out just fine. Just ask Ernie. Underground Ernie. Just ask Ernie. Underground Ernie. The importance of being Ernie.
Morning, Millie. What's that song?
It's Sam 7
Seven's latest hit, Ernie.
Sam 7? That's the pop star who's playing at the theatre tonight.
Yes! Here, listen to this! Excitement spreads as fans wait for pop superstar Sam 7 to arrive. His exact movements are a closely guarded secret. But we know his plans, don't we, Ernie?
We do, Millie, because Jubilee is going to be looking after him.
I can't believe I'm meeting Sam 7 today. First I'm collecting him from the airport, and then I'm taking him to his hotel. I'm so excited!
Now, Jubilee, remember, you've got to keep it a secret.
You don't want hundreds of fans suddenly turning up at the hotel. Don't worry, everyone. I'm good at keeping secrets.
You really like Sam 7, don't you, Millie?
Oh, yes! I'm his #1 fan! Mwah. Mwah.
I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. No, I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. Yeah, me and you. Sail the ocean where the wind blows free. If it's good for you, then it's good for me. 'Cause all the little fishes in the deep blue sea are living their lives in peace and harmony. I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you.
Oh, darn. I can't get it out of my head.
Could think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you.
Young man, I'm going to have to ask you to stop.
But Ernie's asked me to play. He thought it would be a treat for everybody.
If you were playing something classical, now that would be a treat. Let me take you to another station.
Oh, Mr. Rails, I'm so excited about Sam 7. What's that, lad? Nothing. I didn't say anything. In fact, I have nothing to say, and I certainly don't have any secrets. Nice talking to you. Bye!
Try Jubilee's line. He likes pop music.
Guess what? I'm off to collect Sam Set. I mean, you know who, from the airport.
Everywhere I go, I keep hearing his song. That entertainer fellow was even playing at one of me stations.
Good, Jubilee, you're running exactly on time.
Well, I wouldn't want to be late for you know who. I'm his #1 fan.
Really? But Millie said she was his #1 fan.
Maybe I'm his #2 then. Oh, I can't wait to meet Sam 7.
I know you're excited, but you must be careful with your big secret.
Don't worry. You can rely on me. Hey, thanks for the lift. No problem. Baker Lou told me you can play Sam 7's latest hit. Yes, 'cause I can't think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. I can't think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. Wow! You sound just like Sam 7. I'm meeting him later today. I'm collecting him from the airport and taking him to the Hollywood Hotel. Oh no! Oops, I shouldn't have told you that. It was a secret. Oh no, the fans heard me.
Jubilee, why are you staying so long at the hotel?
Oh, it's just a little busy.
Ernie, there's something up with Jubilee. He's running late, and his carriages are full of people screaming.
Oh, I'll meet up with him at the airport.
Ernie, I'm so sorry. I've broken the secret about Sam 7. I've just dropped off about 200 fans outside the Hollywood Hotel.
Oh, and Sam 7's plane has just landed.
I've ruined everything, haven't I?
Well, maybe we can come up with a plan. We need to find someone to lead the fans from the hotel, like a decoy.
A decoy?
Yes, we need someone to pretend to be Sam 7. The trouble is, they have to be able to sing like him.
The underground entertainer. He can sing just like Sam 7.
Might just work, if we can find him in time.
I'll get Millie to help.
This is an urgent message. Has anyone seen the underground entertainer?
We haven't seen him since lunchtime, Millie.
I haven't seen him since breakfast. I haven't seen him at all yet.
Baker Lou, are you there? Baker Lou! Are you playing music?
The entertainer's teaching me the words to that Sam 7 song. Catchy little number.
Baker Lou, can I have a quick word with the underground entertainer? We need his help.
The entertainer's on his way to the hotel. So, where's Sam 7? Is he here yet?
Hi, Jubilee. How's it going?
Sam 7? Is that you?
Great disguise, eh? Here's my cap, Ernie.
Yippee!
I better scoot off and give these to the entertainer.
Good luck.
Wow, you look just like Sam 7.
I feel like him too.
Well, here goes, eh?
I can't think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you.
It's him! And there he is!
It's Sam 7, listen. That must be his train. Let's get on it. Come on, Sam. They're all on board now, Bakerloo.
Right, Mr. 7, let's go for a tour of the underground.
It worked. They've all gone.
Sam, I'm really sorry. I let slip about the hotel.
Don't worry. It's all sorted now. I must send some free tickets to that entertainer friend of yours. He's done me a great favour.
Sam 7, Sam 7, Sam 7, Sam 7.
All right.
Ernie, you and Jubilee saved the day. How can I thank you?
I've got an idea.
Millie, can you come to the platform straight away, please? It's important.
Okay, I'll just switch to automatic.
I can't wait to see Millie's face.
What's wrong, Mr. Rails?
Hello, Millie.
Wow, Sam 7? Oh.
No, I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you. No, I can think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you, yeah, me and you.
I can't believe it, Jubilee. You met Sam 7. Yeah, and so did Millie. She's his #1 fan, you know.
I'm afraid that's not entirely correct.
And why is that, Bakerloo?
Because I'm his #1 fan now. 'Cause I can't think of anything I'd rather do than see the whole wide world, just me and you.
Oh.
Dear me.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. What's a banana peel's favourite type of shoe? Slippers. And here is another Disney song, Gaston.
I'm disgraced.
Who, you? Never. Gaston, you've got to pull yourself together. Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here'd love to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston, for there's no man in town half as manly. Perfect, the pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on. No one's big like Gaston, fucking big like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
I want a guy like Gaston. Give 5 hurrahs, give 12 hits.
Gaston is the best and the rest is all the rest.
Wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
For there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of me's covered with hair. No one hits like Gaston.
In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston.
I'm especially good at expectorating. When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge.
Then goes tromping around wearing boots like Gaston.
I use antlers in all of my decorating.
That was Gaston from the Disney film Beauty and the Beast. Now, boys and girls, are you all ready to go on an adventure with Rainbow Man and his friends Giddy Gordon, Grumpy Doug, and Awesome Alex? Well, get ready, because today you are going to go and visit the Library of Birmingham with Rainbow Man and his friends. So, if you're ready, here we go on today's adventure with Rainbow Man to the Library of Birmingham. He is here, he is there, Rainbow Man is everywhere. Seek him here, seek him there, see him in his rainbow chair. Hello, Rainbow Man. Today, you will be visiting somewhere very modern. Rainbow Man wonders where he could be going on his adventure today. Today, you are going to be visiting a local library. A very big local library. Rainbow Man wonders if he will be able to find lots of books to read. You will certainly be able to read some books, Rainbow Man, as they have lots of different books in this library. Rainbow Man starts to cheer, woohoo! Well, do you know which library you will be visiting? Rainbow Man shakes his head. You will be visiting the Library of Birmingham today. Right, time for an adventure. Off we go. Rainbow Man zooms up in his chair and starts swirling around with lots of colourful swirls. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears outside the Library of Birmingham. I thought you would like this building, Rainbow Man. It looks very unusual, with all of the circles and shapes on it. Rainbow Man asks when this library was built. This library started to be built in 2010 and opened in 2013. That makes the library 5 years old. The old Birmingham Library was only a few minutes' walk from here, but sadly it has now been demolished. Shall we go inside, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man nods his head and goes inside the library. When he is inside the library, he tries to look for some books, but he can't find any. I can take you to look at the books. This is just the reception, with the cafe over there, and the Rep Theatre over there. I will take you to the children's books first, as I know there will be some books that you may like to read in there. Rainbow Man walks past the cafe, down the escalator, and arrives on the floor with all of the children's books. Look at those big yellow steps. Let's go and find some books, and then we can sit on those steps to read them. Rainbow Man tries to find some short stories to read, but all the books he finds seem to be a bit too long. I think there are some more books around here. As Rainbow Man finds the shorter children's stories, he spots Awesome Alex sitting on a beanbag reading a book all about bears. Hello, Awesome Alex. Rainbow Man waves to Awesome Alex, but Awesome Alex does not wave back. Instead, he puts his hands over his ears as he is trying to relax and have a bit of quiet time. Sorry, Awesome Alex. We will try and be a little quieter for you. Where is Giddy Gordon, Awesome Alex? Giddy Gordon has left Awesome Alex to read some children's books whilst he goes and has a look at the rest of the library. We will have to go and have a look for Giddy Gordon after we have had a read. Very quietly, Rainbow Man waves his arms in the air. You look very relaxed there, Awesome Alex. Awesome Alex tells Rainbow Man that he likes to read children's books as a way of relaxing and calming down after he has had a meltdown. He also likes to watch children's TV shows, but it would be too noisy to watch TV in the library. Rainbow Man wonders what a meltdown is. We can ask Giddy Gordon what a meltdown is later. Now, let's choose 2 or 3 books to read. Rainbow Man chooses a book about some ducks and a Disney book about Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Then he goes over to the yellow steps to have a read of them. Did you enjoy reading those books, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man nods his head. Let's go and have a look for Giddy Gordon now. Rainbow Man goes over to say goodbye to Awesome Alex. I don't think we should disturb Awesome Alex again. We told him where we were going anyway. Rainbow Man goes back up the escalator, back towards the cafe, and then up another, even longer escalator. Look at all of those books. It looks like something out of Harry Potter. All of the walls are lined with hundreds of books. Rainbow Man starts to cheer as he likes Harry Potter. Woohoo! Just then, he sees Giddy Gordon going down the other escalator and waves over to him. And Giddy Gordon waves back. That was Giddy Gordon. If you follow him, you can talk to him at the bottom of the escalator. As Rainbow Man goes back down the other escalator to see Giddy Gordon comes back up. Again, they miss each other. So Rainbow Man goes back up, and this time Giddy Gordon is waiting for him. We were going up and down the escalators like yo-yos. Giddy Gordon says that he wants to show Rainbow Man a garden. I don't think there will be any gardens up here. We are too high. But Giddy Gordon has already seen one of the 2 high gardens that the library has. He takes Rainbow Man to see one of these gardens. Wow, there is a garden up here. Sorry we thought you were telling porkies, Giddy Gordon. It's a great view over here. I can see nearly all of Birmingham. Look, can you see the bullring over there? Rainbow Man and Giddy Gordon both come and have a look at the view and nod their heads. Rainbow Man also spots the really tall BT Tower. This is a great garden. I bet a lot of people do not know it's here, just like us. Giddy Gordon decides to go and get Awesome Alex, as he has finished looking around the library. Okay, Giddy Gordon, we are going to go to the top of the library. Goodbye. Just as Giddy Gordon is about to go and get Awesome Alex, Rainbow Man remembers that he had a question to ask him. Giddy Gordon, before you go, we were wondering what a meltdown was. Giddy Gordon tells Rainbow Man that a meltdown is a response to an overwhelming situation, and that many people with Asperger's have meltdowns. Some people, when they are having a meltdown, run away or start shouting, but for Awesome Alex, he just starts crying and runs somewhere quiet. That is very interesting. Thank you for telling us what a meltdown is, Giddy Gordon. Rainbow Man waves goodbye to Giddy Gordon, and Giddy Gordon waves back. I think we will have to take the lift to the top floor of the library, as there are no more escalators. Rainbow Man goes and gets in the lift, but presses the wrong button, and does not get to the top floor. He gets out at another floor, where he can see some people looking at giant maps. I think we are on the wrong floor. Let's get back in the lift. When Rainbow Man reaches the top floor, he can see for miles across Birmingham. He also spots a very old-looking room. This must be the Shakespeare Memorial Room. Rainbow Man does not understand why it looks so old. Well, this room is an original feature from the city's Victorian library. As Rainbow Man is looking around the room, he sees Grumpy Doug. Hello, Grumpy Doug. How are you? Grumpy Doug is annoyed. The lift took so long to come that he had to walk up the remaining 3 floors to get to the top. I don't think the lift would have taken that long to come. Grumpy Doug assures Rainbow Man that the lift did take a long time to come. Well, that's all for today. It's now time to go. Sorry we have to shoot off so fast, Grumpy Doug. Rainbow Man waves goodbye to Grumpy Doug, and Grumpy Doug waves back. Colourful swirls appear, and Rainbow Man starts swirling around with them. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears back at home in his rainbow chair. Did you enjoy yourself today at the Library of Birmingham? Rainbow Man starts to cheer. Woo! What was your favourite part of the day? Rainbow Man enjoyed going up the escalators and seeing the part of the library that looked like something out of Harry Potter. I wonder where you will go on your adventure next time, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man shrugs his shoulders. Well, goodbye, Rainbow Man. See you next time. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Okay, get a grip. Get the hang of this flipper. It's like slipping 2 feet into one big huge slipper. This way is left, but which way is right? Well, now I'll be circling in circles all night. Oh, so this is forward, no problem. I can't believe I can do this and more. To swim in the sea like I walk on the shore. Out of my shell, not closed up like a clam. Look out, see! This is me. Here I am. For a moment, all of me is alive and at home in the sea. I'm swirling and twirling, so graceful and grand. Not stubbing my toes, getting stuck in the sand. For a moment, life is cool. I'm a splash in the world's biggest pool. This is more than my thoughts ever thought it could be. For a moment, just a moment, lucky me.
If only for one moment I had shared with you all I know, the sea wouldn't be a mystery. Oh, why did you have to go?
Newer and brighter and bluer and truer to life than before. Watch me soar. For a moment I can shine. Got a grin and a fin that works fine. My fingers are wrinkly and I really don't care if all of my curls have curled out of my hair. For a moment I can feel all the dreams I've been dreaming are real. Wish my mother could hear it. The sea is my song. For a moment, just a moment, I belong.
I will find c'est comme ça. Your savoir-faire is oh la la. I've got stings, but unto you, I'd cut my stings for you. Down where the Waggle flows, there's a Russian run there goes. Where me and I fun goes, but I'd rather go with you. Hey!
There are no stings on me.
The time now is 8:48, and what is going on in our local area that we can go and enjoy and visit over the next few weeks? Well, at Hatton Adventure World, they have their winter weekends and weekdays until Friday the 15th of February. You can join Hatton Adventure World until Friday the 15th of February for soft play, animal holding sessions, fun fair rides, plus lots and lots of the usual Hatton fun. Then, at Kenilworth Castle, from Saturday the 16th to Sunday the 24th of February, there is Knights and Princesses. You can join them for a truly historic half-term. Step back in over 400 years and imagine life at Kenilworth's Tudor Palace. Test your steel with sword skills, show us your best Tudor moves, and experience the best bits of life being a Tudor royal. So that is from Saturday the 16th until Sunday the 24th of February at Kenilworth Castle. Then Rhythm Time have a very, very special week starting on Monday the 28th of January, which is next Monday, where they will be having their Early Years Music Week. They are delighted to be launching the very first National Early Years Music Week. The national event will raise awareness and celebrate the amazing benefits that music and singing can bring to children in their early years. During the week, the Rhythm Time classes will be full of extra special fun activities that help demonstrate the wonderful benefits of music. So if that sounds really exciting, then you can head down to your local Rhythm Time class next week to join in with their first National Early Years Music Week. And then there is something really, really exciting going on at the DMS Heart of England Music Academy in Knoll, which is their crochet club teaching basic music skills. The crochet club is a fun and educational music club for 4 and 5-year-olds, offering a guaranteed future place at the DMS Heart of England Music Academy. And if you want to find out more about the crochet club or the DMS Heart of England Music Academy, then you can telephone them on 01564 772 831, or you can email them at dorridgemusicschool@hotmail.com. And they are also on Twitter at DMS Music School or on Facebook as DMS Knoll. So if all of those things sound really, really exciting, then you can head down to Hatton Adventure World, Kenilworth Castle, one of your local Rhythm Time classes, or to the DMS Heart of England Music Academy in Knoll to join in with some of their wonderful, wonderful, wonderful events and things that they have going on, and the things that we have going on in Solihull and our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful local area. Well, here is another excerpt of one of those children's shows, and this one is called Camberwick Green, Windy Miller. And Camberwick Green was my mum's favourite children's show when she was younger, so I thought I would play it for you all today and see if any of you mums and dads out there remember this excerpt from Camberwick Green, Windy Miller. Here we go.
is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what is in it today? It's Windy Miller. Hello, Windy. Are you busy? Plenty of corn to grind? Plenty of wind in your sails? Ah, yes, they're going nicely, aren't they? Windy Miller, sharper than a thorn. Like a mouse he's spry and nimble when he grinds the corn. Like a bird he'll watch the wind and listen for the sound, which says he has the wind he needs to make the sails go round. Phew, it's warm work being a miller. Have you any more sacks of corn to move? Ah, you're a lucky man, Windy. You like your work. You're never so happy as when you hear the sound that says you have the wind you need to make the sails go round. This is what Windy likes doing most of all, listening to the sails turning. Windy has lived in Collie's Mill all his life and he loves the sound of the wind in the sails. Long ago, when Windy was young, all the farmers brought him their corn to grind, but now they send it to the town, to the monster mechanical millers. Windy doesn't care. There will always be some farmers to bring him some corn, like Farmer Bell here. Jonathan is very pleased with life. It's been a good year for corn. They carry the sacks to the granary where the corn is kept. Jonathan teases Windy. He asks him why he doesn't get rid of his old-fashioned windmill. Windy says that the mill was good enough for his father and good enough for his grandfather and is therefore good enough for him. Besides, the modern machinery doesn't make such a nice noise. Windy will not move with the times. Windy gets some of his home-brewed cider for Jonathan. It's thirsty work carrying sacks. But Jonathan is driving, so he won't have any now. He must go to the station to get his milk churns. But Windy likes cider, so he has a drink. Windy looks at his mill proudly. No one will make him change anything. Cider is very good, but it makes people sleepy. Windy's cider is very strong cider. Windy Miller is suddenly very sleepy. Meanwhile, in Camberwick Green, nobody is asleep. Mrs. Dingle, the postmistress, is cleaning her shop window. Peter Hazel, the postman, is emptying the pillar box. Packet, the puppy dog, is helping. Mary and Paddy Murphy are playing hide and seek. Mr. Carraway, the fishmonger, is selling Mrs. Honeyman fresh mackerel. And here in Murphy's bakery, there is the greatest activity of all. Mr. Murphy is is a master baker, pudding, pie and pastry maker, biscuits, buns and birthday cakes. Everything is marvellous that Murphy makes. This is Captain Snort of Pippin Fort. He's come to give his order for the week. 4 dozen loaves of bread, that's 48. 2 dozen currant buns, that's 24. A dozen apple tarts, that's 12. And one of these for me. Very good, sir. I'll see that your order is delivered today. Now Mr. Murphy can finish his cake making. No, another customer. Mrs. Honeyman from the chemist's shop. And the precious baby. She asks Mr. Murphy to hold the baby while she finds her shopping list. She's giving a big party. She needs 15 tea cakes, 15 macaroons, 15 chocolate eclairs, 15 meringues and a large currant loaf. And talking of currant loaves, did I ever tell you of the time Mrs. Varley tried to make a currant loaf? And Mr. Murphy has to hold the baby while Mrs. Honeyman, who never stops talking, gossips and gossips. Poor Mr. Murphy. But she's gone now. Well, that's 2 big orders. He'll have to move quickly. Now, let me see. Eggs? Yes. Sugar? Yes. Flour? Oh. Empty. I've run out of flour. Here's a pretty kettle of fish. There's only one thing to do. Go to Windy Miller. Rather a long way, but Mr. Murphy takes the children with him to keep him company. Mrs. Murphy is left to look after the shop, and the van is off to Colley's Mill.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Hello boys and girls, it's me, Alex Manners, and I really hope you enjoyed the first part of that excerpt of Camberwick Green and Windy Miller. Well, after this next song, we can hear the rest of that excerpt. So, if you like Disney songs and you like the film Frozen, then here is a Frozen song called Let It Go. So, let your body move and groove with Let It Go from Frozen.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here
that was Frozen with the song Let It Go. And here is the second part of the excerpt of Camberwick Green, Windy Miller. I hope you enjoy it.
Driving along with the baker's man in a rackety-tackety baker's van. Each loaf and cake the bakers bake will roll and shake as our rounds we make with the baker man in the baker's van, the rackety-tackety baker's van. That's odd. Windy's usually about at this time. But Paddy tells his father that Windy has been found. Come along, this way. Naughty Mary. But Windy is still sound asleep. Windy, you're asleep. Wake up, please. I've run out of flour, Windy. I must have some immediately. Don't worry, Mickey, says Windy. I will grind you some straight away. Come with me. Oh, dear. I'm afraid the wind has dropped. Poor Mr. Murphy, he'll never get his baking done now. But Windy doesn't despair. When he was a boy, people had many odd ideas. He is still a great believer in whistling for the wind. Come along, children, he says. If you want the wind, you must whistle for the wind. Like this. Now you try. And again. Here we are at Pippin Fort, Captain Snort's military academy. It is time for an exercise. Fall in. Sergeant Major Grout takes a deep breath and orders, "Attention!" Slope, hums. Order, hums. To the truck, move. The Sergeant Major reports to Captain Snort that the boys are ready to drive off to Camberwick Common to play their tracking games. And off they go. Driving along in an army truck, in a humpety-bumpety army truck. The people wave to the soldiers brave who sing and shout as they lurch about. Oh, we are in luck, we will never be stuck in a humpety-bumpety army truck. At Colley's Mill there is still no sign of any wind. But suddenly Windy sees the army truck approaching. Look! He's going to stop it! Whatever is Windy up to now? Anyway, Captain Snort agrees to it. Ah, so that's it. If one whistle won't work, if 3 whistles won't work, if 4 whistles won't work, then so many people whistling is sure to work. Well, so Windy seems to think. We'll see. Sergeant Major Grout gives the order. Company, whistle! There you are. The wind is beginning to blow. Windy is sure that it is all this whistling. I wonder. Hello, Windy. Did Mr. Murphy get the flower he wanted? That must have made him very happy. And you are happy too, because you hear the sound that says you have the wind you need to make the sails go round. Goodbye, Windy.
I hope you all enjoyed that, boys and girls, and mums and dads. And I hope for all you parents out there that brought back some wonderful, wonderful memories of when you were children. And maybe you can go and tell all your boys and girls about the shows that you used to watch, maybe some of the other shows, when you were younger. And don't forget, if you have any birthday messages, wonderful, wonderful birthday messages, then you can send in those birthday messages right here to me on the studios via text to 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Or you could email in those birthday messages right here to studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And whilst I was listening to that excerpt of Camberwick Green, I was having a look on our tablet, and I found a really, really wonderful album, a Teletubbies album called Big Hugs. And I don't know if any of you boys and girls have heard any of the songs from the Teletubbies Big Hugs album, but one that was really, really good, and I'm going to play for you now, was the Tubby Phone Dance. So here we go with the Tubby Phone Dance. That was the Tubby Phone Dance from the Teletubbies Big Hugs album, and I'll be sure to play you lots and lots more of the tracks from that wonderful, wonderful album. But before we play a lot more songs and some excerpts of some more children's shows, and I read you another wonderful, wonderful story, I thought, because I played you some excerpts of Underground Ernie about the trains that ride on the London Underground network of railways in London, in our capital, I thought I would read you some fun, fascinating and fantastic facts all about the London Underground, or as some people call it, the Tube. And I have visited, or should I say I have rode on the Tube and the London Underground lots and lots and lots of times when I have visited different places in the capital of London. So here we go with the fun, fascinating and fantastic facts all about the London Underground. So fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 1 is that the London Underground, or Tube as it's sometimes called, is the world's oldest and largest underground rail network. It serves 287 stations on 11 different lines and covers 250 miles of track. Fun, fascinating fact number 2 is that the first line opened in 1863 and ran between Paddington Station and Farringdon Station. Although plans for an underground railway had been discussed for several decades before the opening, the wooden carriages were originally lit by gas and hauled by steam trains. Fun, fascinating fact number 3 is despite the name, only about 60% of the London Underground system actually runs under the ground, as the other 40% of the train tracks actually run above ground, like normal trains that we have here in Solihull. Fun, fascinating fact number 4 is that during the Blitz in World War II, thousands of lives were saved when the stations were used as air raid shelters. And fun, fascinating fact number 5 is that the famous London Underground map was designed by a man called Harry Beck, who was paid almost nothing for his now really, really famous design. Beck based his designs on an electrical circuit diagram. So, if you ever go to the London Underground, you can see a really colourful map showing you all the different lines and all the different train stations, and that was designed by a man called Harry Beck. And the last fact, fun, fascinating fact number 6, is that in 1924, the first baby was born on the London Underground. It was a little girl who was born at the station Elephant and Castle. And I don't think I've actually ever been to Elephant and Castle station, but one of the stations I always go to is Baker Street, which was the home of Sherlock Holmes. Here are some more songs, and these are Tumble Tot songs for you to get moving and grooving with these songs for the rest of my show today. So boys and girls, jump up and get bopping and jiving with these Tumble Tot songs.
Shake it high, shake your beanbag, shake it way up in the sky. Put your beanbag on your head, hold it there just like a hat. Put it on your feet instead, give your beanbag one small pat. Shake your beanbag, shake your beanbag, shake, shake, shake it high. Shake your beanbag, shake your beanbag, shake it way up in the sky. Put your beanbag on your toes, on your knees, don't let it fall. Now then put it on your nose, then stretch up and feel so tall. Hold your beanbag in your hands, drop it down upon the ground. Skip around it where it lands, dance and skip all around. Skip around Shake your beanbag, last time, tumble tots. Shake, 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 and wave goodbye.
Wiggly woo, wiggly woo, let's all do the wiggly woo. Wiggly woo, wiggly woo, 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 wiggly woo. Swing your arms round and round. Tap your 2 feet on the ground. Clap your hands in front of you. That's how you do the wiggly woo. Wiggly woo, wiggly woo. Let's all do the wiggly woo. Wiggly woo, wiggly woo. Woo, woo, wiggly woo. Wiggle your fingers all about. Shake your head till the hair sticks out. Kick your legs like dancers do. That's how you do the wiggly woo. Wiggly woo, wiggly woo. Let's all do the wiggly woo. Wiggly woo, wiggly woo. Woo, woo, wiggly woo.
And here is another story that I've got to read for you now. So if you're all sitting comfortably, I shall begin with this story called Time to Go Hippo by Bob Hartman. And I hope you all really, really enjoy this story called Time to Go Hippo. There's a monster in the rice field, the farmer shouted as they ran back terrified into town. It's trampling our crops. A monster? Asked the mayor. What does it look like? And all the farmers talked at once. It has stomping feet and chomping teeth, and it's big and bumpy and grey. It sounds like a hippopotamus, came a voice from the crowd. It was Barnabas, the old monk who lived out in the desert. Not a monster, a hippo, the old man repeated. But it has stomping feet and chomping teeth, and it's big and bumpy and grey. Then we must drive it away, announced the mayor. Grab your weapons, everyone. But old Barnabas just shook his head. It's only a hippo, he sighed. I hope they don't hurt it. The farmers held their weapons high. Wheat thrashers and rat smashers, hay slashers and potato mashers, broomsticks and rakes and clubs. Time to go, hippo, the mayor shouted. But the beast just stood there and blinked. And so the farmers charged, waving their wheat thrashers and shaking their hay slashers and swinging their broomsticks and clubs. Patiently, the hippo watched the farmers calmly. He stopped his chewing. Then, suddenly, he opened wide his mouth and he roared. And the sound of that roar was so terrible that it filled the heart of every farmer with fear. They dropped their rat smashers, they flung away their potato mashers, and they ran back, terrified, into town. Stomping feet, they panted. Chomping teeth, they puffed. Big and bumpy and noisy and grey. But it's just a hippo, old Barnabas said. Perhaps I can help. Nonsense, shouted the mayor. You're no match for that monster. What we need are the hounds. And so the townspeople brought out their beasts, beagles and bassets, boxers and bloodhounds, and one big, bad bulldog. This is not right, old Barnabas protested. These are all God's creatures, and some of them are going to get hurt. But the mayor ignored him. Off to the hunt, he shouted. When the animals had reached the field, the mayor shouted again, Time to go, hippo! But still, the hippo would not budge. And so, barking and baying, yipping and yapping, and baring their sharp white teeth, the hounds raced towards the hippo. Patiently, the hippo watched them. Calmly, he stopped chewing. Then once again, he opened wide his mouth, and he roared, and the force of that roar was so powerful that it sent the beasts flying. Beagles and bassets, bloodhounds and boxers, and one big, bad bulldog went sailing back across the field, over the crowd, and into the middle of the town. "Stomping feet," cried the townspeople. "Chomping teeth," they gasped. "Big and bumpy and powerful and grey." But old Barnabas just sighed as the bassets went bouncing by. "The army," cried the mayor. "We must call the army." So messengers were sent, and in no time the army arrived, generals and majors, corporals and captains, with catapults and chariots and battering rams. Barnabas shook his old head. "Please," he begged, "let me try and get rid of the hippo before somebody else gets hurt." "I shouldn't worry about that," the mayor grinned. "The hippo has met his match." And he marched off with the army to the rice field. "Time to go, hippo," the mayor called to the beast. But once again, the hippo kept on chewing, as if nothing at all had happened. And so the soldiers charged across the field, aiming their catapults, and racing their chariots, and heaving high their battering rams. Patiently, the hippo watched. Then, calmly, he stopped his chewing. And then, once more, he opened wide his mouth and roared. And the smell of that roar was so foul that it turned the bravest soldiers green. Back raced the generals and the majors. Back raced the corporals and captains. Back into town, far from that awful smell. "I've had enough of this," Barnabas sighed, and he hurried to the marketplace, where he begged 2 tiny potatoes, a couple of plump parsnips, and some large yellow onions. Then he picked up his sturdy wooden staff and set off to the rice field. On the way he passed the mayor. "Stomping feet," he moaned. "Chomping teeth," he wept. "Big and bumpy and smelly and grey." "I know," Barnabas nodded, "but I think I can make him go away." Barnabas prayed a little prayer and walked slowly across the field. As he walked, he stuck the potatoes in his ears and pushed the parsnips up his nose. Then he planted the staff and as firmly as he could into the soft ground, and held on for dear life. Patiently, the hippo watched him. Calmly, he stopped his chewing. And then, not once, not twice, but 3 times he roared. But because Barnabas had squeezed the spuds into his ears, the noisy roar did not scare him. And because he had poked the parsnips up his nose, the smelly roar did not offend him. And because he had stuck his stick into the ground, the powerful roar did not blow him away. "Now then," he said to the hippo, when the roaring had stopped, "it's time for us to talk." A few minutes later, the old man and the hippo walked back from the field together, until they reached the trembling mayor. "How did you do it?" asked the mayor. "How did you make the hippo move?" "It was simple," the old monk said. "I told him we were sorry for the way we had treated him. I explained something to him, so he needed to leave your rice alone and go back to where he belonged. Finally," and here the old man grinned and reached into his pouch, "I offered him one of these." "An onion," said the mayor. "Hippos love them," Barnabas beamed. "It's something I discovered by watching them. Something I would never have learned by chasing them away." And with that, he popped another onion into his new friend's mouth. "Time to go, hippo," said Barnabas gently. And the old monk and the monster walked off into the desert. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that story. And here is Hands Up, a song by Justin Fletcher to get you moving and grooving.
Hands up, you can hold your hands up high. Hey, how you doing? There's a party starting here. Won't you come and join the ride? 'Cause we wanna get together. Hey, everybody, you'll be part of the gang. Gonna dance like crazy. So let's dance. Keep working, let us see those moves. Clap your hands. your hands up, see if you can reach for the sky. Hands up, you can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, see if you can reach for the sky. Hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, see if you can reach for the sky. Hands up, you can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, come on, hold your hands up high. Hands up, you can hold your hands up, gotta put your hands up, see if you can reach for the sky. Hands up.
And if you enjoyed those facts that I read for you earlier on in my show about the London Underground, then you will enjoy this next excerpt of Underground Ernie. And this one is called Underground Ernie, Ernie's Big Trip. Here we go.
I'm proud to be of service. Now mind the gap and don't be nervous. Victoria and Bacon, Hammersmith and City too. With Jubilee and Circle Line, your travel plans will all work out just fine. Just a scurry. Underground Ernie.
Hello, Ernie. Wow, you've been busy.
Yes. I've just bought lots of new clothes. Oh, I'd forgotten how exhausting shopping can be.
Aren't you due at International Underground? Paris will be arriving any minute from France.
Oh, is it that time already? We must hurry.
I'll go as fast as I can, Ernie.
Bonjour, Millie. This is Paris here.
Bonjour, Paris!
I am taking some businessmen to a very important meeting. So there must be no delays, you understand?
Don't worry, Paris. Everything's running exactly on schedule.
Oh, my arms ache. I'll be glad when I get home. Oh, dear. Dearie me. Oh, and I mustn't forget my passport.
Are you going abroad, Ernie?
Yes, to France. Jubilee, do you know if the French Underground has a website?
Oh, just leave it to me, Ernie. I can surf the net faster than anybody.
Bye!
Vests, socks, pants. I think that's the lot.
And take all your belongings with you. I do not want any rubbish cluttering up my carriages.
Hello, Paris.
It's bonjour, Ernie. When you come to France, you will have to speak our language, remember?
Yes, Perhaps you could give me some lessons.
Maybe tomorrow. Now I am taking my businessmen to the Park of Science and Industry. A bientôt!
A bientôt! Whatever that means. Do you think they have Teach Yourself French books at the library, Victoria?
Oh, yes, Ernie, but why?
Then I'd better get down there right away.
How very peculiar.
I will return in precisely 1 hour. Do not be late, for I will not wait.
Hey, Paris! Good to see you.
And to see you, my little cabbages.
How long are you staying?
Only until tomorrow. Then I am taking Ernie back to France with me. Ernie? Going abroad?
Are you sure?
Oh, of course I am sure. I will have the honor of showing him around the French underground. Oh, it is magnifique.
Bonjour, Bakerloo. Ça va?
What? Oh, and a very good ça va to you too, Ernie. Ernie speaking French. How very suspicious.
Hammersmith to Millie. Hammersmith to Millie.
Receiving you, Hammersmith. What's the problem?
Is it true that Ernie's going to France?
That's right.
But that's terrible.
No, it's not. I've been telling him to go abroad for ages.
Aren't you going to miss him?
Of course I am. But don't worry. We'll manage.
Manage without Ernie?
Impossible.
Oh, Circle, have you heard the news? Ernie's going to live in France.
That's a long journey to work every day.
That's what I thought. What could this mean? Oh, I'm so worried I can hardly stay in gear.
Excellent detective work, team. Trips to the library, research on the internet, shopping expeditions, it all adds up.
Yes, but to what?
Ernie is leaving us to become the manager of the French Underground Railway.
But he can't.
We must make him stay.
Yeah, but how?
I've just had a rather brilliant idea. Listen carefully, everybody. This is what we'll do.
Je m'appelle Ernie.
Oh, très bien. Very good. You are learning fast. Everybody in France will adore you, Ernie.
Oh, I hope so. What time are we leaving, Paris?
At 2 o'clock precisely. Do not be late, for I will not wait.
2 o'clock, eh? I'll spread the word. And don't forget to tell Mr. Rails. It's 2 o'clock, and make sure you're on time for once, Circle. Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
The time is drawing nigh, Victoria.
Yes, but what time, Bakerloo?
Oh, 2 p.m.
2 o'clock. Be there or be square.
You can count on us.
I can hear a train, but I can't see one.
Dr. Hart! Dr. Hart! We have an emergency.
Wonderful.
Are you sure you know what to do?
Oh, yes. You know what they say, lad? Mr. Rails never fails. Now, glad I found you.
Whatever's the matter, Bakerloo?
We are facing the greatest disaster in the history of the International Underground. We need everyone's help.
Oh, dear. Pyjamas, toothbrush.
Yes. I've packed everything I could think of.
They do have shops in France, you know.
I'm going to miss you, Millie.
I'm going to miss you too, Ernie.
It's almost 2 o'clock. Mustn't keep Paris waiting. Are you going to come and wave me off?
Of course, Ernie. I'll just switch over to automatic. Whatever's going on? All the trains are standing at International Underground.
And what's Paris doing stuck out there?
Zut alors! Mr. Wales, put your silly flag down. I am due at International Underground in 33 seconds.
Sorry, Paris, but you must stay right where you are. This is for Ernie's sake. We love Ernie! Don't go, Ernie! We love Ernie! Don't go, Ernie! We love Ernie! We love Ernie! Don't go, Ernie!
Well, I never.
What's all this in aid of?
Don't go, Ernie!
Quiet, please. Ernie, the trains, passengers, and I would like to take this opportunity to inform you of the great esteem in which we hold your good self.
Well, thank you, everybody. But
What Bakerloo is trying to say is that we are rather fond of you, Ernie.
And we don't want you to go to France.
But I'll only be away for a fortnight.
You mean you're going on holiday?
Oh.
That's right.
You're not going to be the manager of the French Underground?
No, of course not.
Yay!
Whoever gave you that idea?
Oh, my word. Look at the time. We'd best be getting back to work. Oh, come along. Come along.
Yes. We must clear the station for Paris.
We don't want you to miss your train, Ernie.
Have a safe trip, dear.
I hope Ernie has a good time in France.
Me too. He really deserves a break.
Yeah, I'm glad he isn't leaving us for good.
Well, I knew that all along, of course.
Really, Bakerloo?
Yes, Victoria. I just wanted everyone to say a proper goodbye to Ernie.
Oh, it wasn't goodbye, Bakerloo. It was au revoir.
Au revoir? What does that mean, Circle?
It means our Ernie will come back very, very soon.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. What did the big flower say to the little flower? Hi, bud. The time now is 9:46 and it's coming up to the last 14 or 15 minutes of my show. But don't worry, because I've got lots and lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful songs to play for you before we head off to enjoy the rest of our weekends. And here are some of those wonderful, wonderful songs.
Oh, is this the one about potatoes? Yes, and we have to count them. Oh.
In my little garden, now promise you won't laugh. I haven't any flowers, and I haven't any grass. But now I'm going to dig and plant, and soon I'll have a show. With a bit of sun and a bit of rain, there'll be a lovely row.
to grow so many things, I'll surely never starve. Cabbages, cauliflowers, I won't do things by half. Plant a row of runner beans that grow so very high. With a bit of sun and a bit of rain, they'll reach up to the sky. Oh! 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4 potatoes, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. So if you're ever down my way, please drop in for tea. We'll have lettuces and radishes. They'll all be grown by me. Tomatoes too and cucumbers, what a lovely spread. And if you do not like that, you can always have instead. Oh! 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more.
Milo! Yeah.
The runaway train! The runaway train came down the track and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The runaway train came down the track and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The runaway train came down the track. Her whistle was and her throttle back. She blew, 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 blew.
Go on, Milo!
Yeah!
I'm the engineer! Right, here we go! The engineer said the train must halt and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The engineer said the train must halt and she blew. Whoa, whoa!
Whoa!
The engineer said the train must halt. He said it was all the fireman's fault and she blew, 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 blew.
Hey, hang on, let's ring the bell!
The fireman said he rang the bell and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The fireman said he rang the bell and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The fireman said he rang the bell. The engineer said it was just as well. And she blew, 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 blew.
Tunnel!
Is it dark in there?
Don't worry, mate.
What do you mean a tunnel?
The runaway train came down the track and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The runaway train came down the track and she blew. Whoa, whoa! The runaway train came down the track. Her whistle wide and her throttle back. And she blew, 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 blew.
You hell! Let's go!
I hope you all enjoyed those wonderful, wonderful songs. And don't worry, because next week I'll have lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful songs to play for you on my show next week from the same times from 8 till 10 a.m. And if you have any birthday messages that you would like to send in for next week's show, then you can send those in to us via text on 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Or alternatively, you could email those in to us on studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And if you would like to record yourselves reading any of your favourite children's stories, maybe they're stories that you like to read at bedtime or that you used to listen to when you read when you were younger, then again, you can email those recordings of you reading your favourite children's stories to me on studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I will endeavour to play those songs and those stories that you have read for me on one of my upcoming shows. And today, Rainbow Man visited the Library of Birmingham. And if you would like to listen to that story again and go to the Library of Birmingham with Rainbow Man all over again, then you can head to the Rainbow Man Children's Channel on YouTube. So if you go to Google and go on the YouTube website and go to the Rainbow Man Children's Channel, then you'll be able to listen to all those stories and adventures of Rainbow Man with his friends Giddy Gordon, Grumpy Doug and Awesome Alex all over again. and enjoy all the wonderful, wonderful places that Rainbow Man has been visiting over the last few weeks and months on my show. But before we say a hearty farewell, here is our favourite song on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. And if you've guessed it, well, that's right, it's Bob the Builder with Mambo number 5. So, boys and girls, I hope this song gets you roaring and ready to go for the rest of your Sunday and weekend. So here we go with Bob the Builder and Mambo number 5.
Are you ready, Bob?
Yes.
What about you, Lovely?
I'm a bit scared. Okay, team, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's outside, so come on, let's ride to the builder's yard around the corner. The gang's all here, and it's time for us to do what we wanna. There's a house with a roof that leaks. It's an urgent job, and it could take us weeks. There's Dizzy, Lofty, and Rolly too. Wendy always knows just what to do. And there's no job too big or small. With scoop and mug, we can do it all. Metal, brick, or wood, it's all good, and we can always send in the tractor. A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Careful, Dizzy. Jump up and down and move it all around. Mix it up to the sound. Dig a hole in the ground. Take one step left and one step right. And one to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if it looks like this, then you're doing it right. A bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Mambo number 6 and 7, 8.
Is this Mambo number 5?
That's a lovely job, Bob.
A little bit of timber and a sword. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. There's Rolly, Lovely, Scoop, Mop, and Dizzy. So much work to keep us all busy. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. With the team and Bob the Builder Man.
Yes, we can.
All right. Lovely. A little bit of Bob, Bob, Bob the Builder Man.
Well, that song certainly got me moving and grooving and ready for the rest of my weekend and the rest of my day today on this fine, fine Sunday morning. Well, if you enjoyed that, then stay tuned and join me next week from 8 till 10 a.m. where I've got lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful songs to play for you, some more excerpts of some old children's shows, some more stories, jokes, and another adventure of Rainbow Man where he will be going on another wonderful, wonderful adventure. And next week, I've got some very, very special songs for you because this week I am going to be joining in and visiting one of the local rhythm time classes, and I'm going to be getting some of the songs that they're playing for you to play for you on my show next week. And if you would like to visit and join in with some of the wonderful events that are going on throughout Solihull and the surrounds over the next few weeks, then don't forget there are the Rhythm Time Early Years music classes that are going on all next week. And don't forget about the Crotchet Club from the DMS Heart of England Music Academy in Knoll. And to join in with those things, then you can head down to the Rhythm Time website or the Rhythm Time Facebook page, Or for the DMS Heart of England Music Academy Crotchet Club, you can go and email them on dorridgemusicschool@hotmail.com or visit them on Twitter and Facebook. And they are fantastic things that I would urge everyone to go and get involved with and join in with. Well, if you've had a lot and lots of fun on my show today, then I'll be doing lots and lots of the same wonderful, wonderful things next week. And don't forget that we have lots and lots of other fantastic shows going on throughout the week. And you can join in and listen to lots of the fantastic guests and stories and songs that they'll be playing on all of the other Solihull radio shows from Monday through to today and Sunday. And if you've enjoyed my show today, then don't forget to join me again next week. Well, if you've enjoyed riding the London Underground with Underground Ernie, visiting the Library of Birmingham with Rainbow Man and his friends Giddy Gordon, Grumpy Doug and Awesome Alex, and you've enjoyed visiting our friends from Camberwick Green, then join me again next week from 8 till 10 a.m. Well, it's goodbye from me, Alex Manners, and it's goodbye from Rainbow Man. So, until next week, au revoir. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.